So once it gets hot, see the smoke is starting to come up? I'm going to put a little bit of oil in here. I like peanut oil. It has the best flavor to me. I'm going to just swirl it around. You know, and you can get a single-handled wok if you want, or you can get a double-handled. It's entirely up to you. And here it's just really fast, shrimp. Now the thing about cooking in a wok, you know, people think stir fry, you're supposed to keep moving it all the time. You've got to let the heat do the cooking, because what happens is you get a kind of non-stick coating. The heat is hot enough to start cooking the meat, and then it releases itself from the surface. Look at this golden brown. I mean, you don't get this from a home stove. In my other stove, as soon as I put the meat in, the flame went down, and I'd have to sit there waiting. The meat was practically steaming, if not boiling. Look at that. I mean, this is just like my dream come true. I am so happy right now. And I'll tell you, when I did go to test drive this, I brought a wok, I brought a bag of vegetables, I came into Reno's, and I did this. The thing is that, you know, you would drive a car and give it a test drive before you would buy it. Why wouldn't you do that with a stove? I mean, you couldn't return it. So in essence, if you don't happen to have a BlueStar stove live where you can try one, I'm doing it for you. Trust me. It's just perfect. It's not sticking. It's doing exactly what I want. Now, all of this smoke, this is what we call wok hay. This is a breath, you know, that they say that the spirit of the wok, the flavor. This is why you do it, not because it's a cool thing to have. It actually adds flavor to the food you're cooking. It's got to be done quickly. It's got to be done at the right temperature. And it's got to be eaten right away. You can't sit and wait. Make sure you have everybody at the table waiting. Let them wait for you. That's only with the wok. So now my shrimp are not fully cooked. I don't need them to be. I'm just taking them out. You see that? That's music. It's saying I'm happy. Look, and it's clean, nothing bad. It's all about temperature. It's a little more oil. And don't be afraid of oil. You need it to cook, you know. It's what gives you flavor. I'm swirling it around. And now I'm putting my veg in really fast. Look at that. That's like beautiful. I am so happy. It's so hot, like the vegetables are lifting above it from the heat. I can feel it. It's not sitting in there. You can see from the non-sticking. So I'm just going to put some of my aromatics, my Chinese rice wine, and a little bit of light soy. All right, a little bit more. What I also like to do is put a pinch of salt, because that brings out the flavor. So I'm stirring it around. Now I'm adding my leafy vegetable, Shanghai bok choy. Now one thing I will say is the Chinese like their vegetables crisp tender. So if you like yours cooked a little bit softer, this is when you would want to put a lid on it and let it steam itself and cook in its juices. The vegetables will release their own liquid. You know, and don't be afraid of a little bit of darkening. I mean, that's adding the flavor to it. That just shows you how hot it is. You want to check your vegetables, make sure they're the tenderness that you like. I like them a little bit crispier with more texture. Then I'm going to add my scallions. Now, in my old stove, I would have added all of that together, but because this is so hot, the scallions don't need much time. This is just so much pleasure to cook. It's like the way it was supposed to be. I guarantee you will be so happy to eat at home. You won't be eating out in restaurants anymore. And the shrimp goes back in. That's it. You don't need anything else. It's as simple as stir fry. It's the most basic thing you can do. Just toss it until your shrimp is cooked through. Just cooked through. Take another minute. The thing is that the heat is so even, it's not burning. Now I'm going to do a little drizzle of sesame oil. Just a little. Check it out, I'm done. Dinner in like 5 minutes.